let's talk about the disciplinary issue with Chelsea. This time around, it was the
The
coach.
coach. I think by next week it will be the fans. The fans will start getting red cards.
My question is that supposed to be a red card? It was just celebrating.
This decisions in football, they
Yeah.
are subjective.
Okay.
So there are things the referee might have observed.
Mm.
It might have been warned before by the referee, or the referee may have taken it to be that is inciting the opposition.
Okay.
Because I am, when you run across the opposition to go and celebrate like that, it may, we've had such issues before between Thomas Tuchel and Antonio Conte when they were
Yes.
managing Chelsea and Tottenham Hotspur
Yes.
respectively.
Yes.
They had to be red carded at the end of the game. So that, to me, that must have been what the referee, reasoned before showing him the second yellow card. But if Chelsea believe that the red card was unfair, they have the option of appealing.
It was a second yellow.
Of course, so they can also appeal it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this should have been a yellow card. Can Maresca not serve the ban? I think that's also an option for them. Moreover, it wasn't even violent. Didn't commit a foul. He was just celebrating excessively. And mind you, there's something we call excessive celebration in football.
Okay.
These things are just subjective. For example, if I'm a Chelsea a Chelsea FC player, and I celebrate provocatively towards the Liverpool fans, I will be carded for it.
Okay.
If I take off my shirt, I'll be carded for it. If I use obscene language, or I will be carded for it too. Yeah. So these are, football is a contact sport. You definitely be provoked when playing football, but you just have to have a system where people are able to reduce the amount of conflict you can have.
Personally, I think that we're killing the sport, and I'll explain. Football is a sport for men, but now we have women in sport. But what I mean is, football is a
maturity,
sport
like in terms of maturity,
that is passionate, right? Banter is part of the game. Growing up and watching Man United versus Arsenal clashes in those days, you could see the tension and the excitement. So it was almost like war. Now, there's too much regulation. The celebration police in the Premier League, you can't celebrate like this. You have to wait until the end of the season if you win something or not. Arsenal fans over-celebrate when they win a game. I think that you should enjoy a game week by week. If my team wins this week, I celebrate. If we lose, because you cannot ask a fan to wait until the end of the season to celebrate. Now, Maresca celebrated because of the way the victory came. For me, it should not have been a second yellow card.
Yeah. That's to you.
Yeah.
But I do think that most of the rules that have been implemented by the Premier League board has been, top notch, and that's why the Premier League is the most competitive and the most financially rewarding league in the world. There are so many factors that this the decision makers have to factor in.
Okay.
There are so many things that they look at before taking these decisions, and if you understand, like you were saying, we used to have this fierce battle between the Arsenal versus Manchester United around 20, 25, 30
Even
years
Chelsea
ago.
And Arsenal, Wenger and Mourinho.
Yes.
It was.
But then you could also understand that the lifespan of footballers then was not as high as it was today because of the injuries they would suffer. They had to tame, tackling with both feet as a red cardable offense for it to stop. So it's all about protecting the personnel.
Okay.
They are humans too. They have to be protected. They have to do what they must to ensure that it's exciting. No one wants to turn on to your TV and see that players are fighting or the coaches are fighting.
Okay, personally, I think that banter is part of the sport.
Of course, you can banter, but don't fight.
If we want to regulate celebration, for example, and then it means that during the World Cup, for example, Emi Martinez, the Argentina goalkeeper, during the penalty shootout, made saves and danced provocatively.
Yes, that was excessive.
All of that for me is part of the sport.
And it's one of the reasons is very, very hated in the sport.
If you cannot take the banter, don't watch the game.
But you are a professional. You shouldn't be the one doing the bantering. Leave that to the fans. You should be a role model to young children watching at home. Leave that to the fans. Let them do that in their beer parlor, in their offices.
while we try to regulate banter and the fun of the game, because I, as an Arsenal fan, for example, we love to hear my player talk trash about Tottenham Hotspur. It's just fun. It's just part of the game. Okay.
I don't want to hear that. I want the fans to do it. The fans can, you know, trash talk on another team and an
Okay,
opponent.
but the fans can talk trash to the players.
You know, it depends on, you know, people are able to express their
But the players are
opinions.
not allowed to retaliate.
No, it's not as if they are not allowed to retaliate. Most times, we don't even have the time or the opportunity to retaliate. For example, if I make a comment against about Bruno Fernandes, for example, and I say you're not performing too well, Bruno Fernandes is this or that. Let me not use some, you know, vulgar words now.
Yes.
I don't think Bruno Fernandes should have the time to scroll through my social media pages. He's not even my friend. He doesn't follow me on Instagram. He's not my friend on Facebook.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the time to go and see what I said. You know, most of the times when we make banter posts, it's even for the other fans or people who love him to respond to and be like, no, Bruno isn't like this, Bruno isn't like that. At the height of the Ronaldo versus Messi issue, at the point in time, it was Cristiano Ronaldo's sister that was replying or making some posts on Instagram with her own account. So when you know where you are, you don't even have time. You should be focused on your career. It's not as if I walked up to Bruno Fernandes and say, you don't know how to play football. I didn't walk up to him. I said that from the comfort. No, there are behaviors that I can even do now that they cannot do. And there are some things that others can do that I cannot do.
I think that we should be careful,
of course,
the way we talk about these players, because the social media space is somewhere that even the players too, sometimes they see these posts.
Yes, yes. Some of those posts are just hurtful.
And we have reasons to have to be concerned about the mental health of some of these
players.
Yes,
of course. They are humans like we are.
Yes,
that's
we should
why
regulate.
Yes, we should regulate it. We should be
I remember
kind.
last season, one Arsenal fan tweeted and sent a tweet to Kai Havertz wishing that his pregnant wife would die with the baby. That was just,
you know, they said they threatened Maguire, told him they were going to put a bomb in his house.
Yes.
You know, that's
excessive. Yeah,
that's excessive. But I can make a post and be like, Maguire is not. What is he doing in Manchester United? He should leave.
And we do not support extremism.
That's a different
in sports.